Hi guys, how are you? This is Lois. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well and safe wherever you are. Guys, come on in. I have some quick immigration updates with regards to express entry, fees, processing times, and other things. So guys, please stay tuned here. Have you subscribed? If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, like, and share. My name is Lois. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I'm based in Calgary, Alberta. Guys. The information that I provide here is for your education purposes only. If you need legal advice, if you have any immigration question, please book a consultation session on my website, and the link to book will be at the description part of this video. Now, let's talk important things. Express entry updates. Yes, we have express entry updates. Not really the best, but I gotta tell you what I have to tell you. Okay, guys? Okay. So, number one, the fact is ITAs have not yet resumed in the express entry, and I made a video about 2 weeks ago telling you about the fact that the invitations are resuming at the end of this spring or maybe even early summer. You know, when they say soon is relative, so we'll wait to see, guys. Okay, so they haven't resumed yet, but I'm forecasting from the trends that I'm seeing out there that the CRS score to be invited is going to be really high. Why do I think so? Because these guys haven't invited anybody in the Canadian experience class for this year. What does that tell you? There's a lot of people who graduated last year and the other year they're already in Canada. So now they have Canadian credentials and they have Canadian work experience. And others are going to be graduating end of this month and next month. Okay, a lot of students are going to graduate now. So what does that mean? These guys are going to have the added advantage of Canadian credential and Canadian work experience. So they are going to increase the CRS score, and it's going to raise that threshold there. You find that there's a very low chance that they'll invite people in the 470s. Right now, I know lots of people with 500s and above, okay? Because of the factors that I just talked about there. So that tells me that there's a high chance that a lot of people who are going to be invited when the ITA resume, they will be in the 500s. Okay, what can you do? This is not to discourage you guys. No, that's not what I'm trying to do here. So this tells you that you can try and increase your points. Please, guys, if you have to do French, do it. Okay, increase your points as much as you can, and also focus on provincial nominations. Okay, guys, please, because those ones are still ongoing. All right, okay, good. So that is number one. Now, guys, inflation is here, and we are all riding these bad financial economic times, and it's bad everywhere. So IRCC, they have also revised their processing fees upwards. It's not substantial, but it's still a fee increase, so you need to be aware of that. So what they've done for almost all classes, so it's not just a particular class, and I'm going to attach a link on the fee increases in the description part of this video so that you can go over them at your own time and see where you actually fit and how much money your application is going to cost. Why am I emphasizing on this? The reason I want to note this is, first, the fees are going to be effective end of this month. Okay, with effect from April 30th. That's when these fees will apply. So right now, if you're sending in your application, you can still apply using the current rates. Okay, however, a day after, if you apply on 1st of May, after these fees take effect, please make sure that you use the new rates in your application. If you're going to be making a payment, make the right payment. Okay, why am I insisting? If you send in an application with the wrong application fee, I know it's a little adjustment, but even if you make an application with the wrong application fee, that application will be returned back to you. You don't want that happening, because so many things can happen once an application is returned. Number one is that, of course, it's going to cause you unnecessary delays. Number two, this happens all the time, is that by the time it comes back to you and you now send in another application, there is a change that has actually happened and you may no longer qualify for what you had applied for. So it's in your best interest that you make sure you use the right fees. An example of the new fees, so for people who are applying for permanent residence, the right of PR, that is the right of landing is now currently at 500, but it's increasing to 515. The permanent resident fee itself was at 825 and it's increasing to 850. For dependent children, it was at 225 and that is increasing to 230. Again, I'm gonna give you that link in the description part of the video. Okay. Number 3, processing times. Yes, processing times. Finally, guys, do you know what? IRCC has finally released processing times for all applications. I know. In the last 2 years, people have been bombarding me with emails and questions. Why is it taking too long? And I know I shared your frustration, guys. I was also very frustrated. There are so many inconsistencies in how these applications were processed for various countries. There's a lot of people who are still stuck abroad, and unfortunately, they may be stuck abroad longer. But for now, I can confidently tell you, just check here and check the processing time for your country, because again, this application, the processing times, they vary by country. Okay, and I'll show you how that is affecting. But an example of now processing times that I can answer for people who are already in Canada, who are applying under the Canadian Experience class, those applications will take 8 months to process after you apply for PR. Okay, those ones who are applying for PR under the foreign skilled worker, the processing time is 27 months. Gosh, that is a long time. But guys, at least now we have a definitive answer. Of course, it doesn't mean that all applications are going to be processed within this time limit. There are some factors that would affect the processing time still. And for provincial nominations, after you apply for PR, the processing time is about 22 months. Okay, still, I said there are cases whereby, I know these are the times posted on the website. However, out of my own experience, I'm finding different processing times for different applications. And of course, delays are caused by so many things. For example, your country. The other things, background checks. Yes, there are some people, if your background check is taking longer, of course your application will take longer. Others is if you didn't provide the right information, details, fee payments, those are also things that could delay your application if they have to get back to you to provide some more information. Okay, so we shall go on my computer and I'll show you a few examples. Guys, the other thing that I actually want to let you know is that with this processing, from what I have seen personally, we have so many portals now. So many, I can't even, these days I'm just looking at the portals with Immigration Canada, for especially a person like me. I don't even know how many portals I have. We have portals now for Refugee Protection Division. We have our own authorized portals. Of course, we have the regular GC keys. The portals are endless, but there's this one portal that I actually want to mention, okay, because I'm finding that processing is different across different portals. Okay, so if you apply for, let's say, study permit or a visitor visa using the old portal, okay, I find that those applications are actually taking longer, and I don't know why, but those applications are taking longer. However, there is the new portal, and the new portal, the new IRCC portal, applications, they have kind of promised people that applications there are gonna take, a shorter processing time. They say that they'll get back to you in 28 days. I've had visas approved within those 28 days. I've also had visas approved within 2 months on the same portals. However, that is the longest that I've actually seen on that new portal, especially for visitor visas. Okay. In the old portal, there are some applications that personally I did some visitor visas last year, October, and nothing has happened. Okay. We don't have an answer. Of course, the visiting period elapsed, and those applications are not yet complete. Okay, I know it's not even funny, but it's happening. The other thing that I'll mention here, especially for people who are visiting, okay, what I've seen also personally is that it depends on who you're visiting, who is visiting. So if you're visiting family, they are prioritizing those kind of applications. So visitor visas for people who are coming here to see their parents or their children, those applications are happening faster. Okay? If you're coming to visit a friend, those applications are not taking, precedence. Okay? So they are taking longer to process. Okay? Yes, I don't know how they're doing the priority, but I just thought I would mention that. Okay, guys. Okay, now the other thing that I want to tell you about the new updates, it's arrival in Canada. So with effect from 1st of April, fully vaccinated travelers in Canada no longer need to do that pre-entry COVID test. Okay, so at any POE, whether you're flying or you're driving, you no longer need to do that test to enter Canada. Of course, Canadian citizens are free to enter this country. Foreign nationals, they need to adhere to the vaccination protocols, and that's why I say that the fully vaccinated foreign nationals, they don't need to do the COVID-19. They are also not quarantining. Those ones who are not fully vaccinated, they will only be allowed, of course, there's exemptions in specific circumstances that prevail. So ensure that you check whether you qualify to just come to Canada without any test. And what I'll do is that I'll also put the link in the description part of this video so that you can also check the requirements for yourself depending on your case. I keep telling people that there's no one fit all when it comes to immigration. Everybody's case is different. Okay, people must still use the ArriveCan app when arriving, so make sure that you install that app 72 hours before you arrive in Canada. Last but not least, this is actually exciting, is the minimum wage. The federal government increased the minimum wage on April 1st again from $15 to 15.5 per hour. Okay, so again, I'll put the link for this on the description part of the video. And actually what I'll do, I'll also follow it up with another detailed video on the minimum wages. Okay, I want to talk to you about minimum wages and the inflation and all those things that we are all facing right now, just so that you know just how livable it is right now on minimum wage. So please stay tuned for that video. Okay, that's what I was telling you about processing times, and I just want to show you a few of my applications. So for this application, this was a study permit application that was filed in July 25, because then this client did their biometrics on July 26, and you can see that it took from July 26 until February 12. That is February 15. This is when this application was approved. This was a study permit application. Okay, that is how many months? That is over 7 months of processing time. Regularly for study permits, processing times are usually about 4 months. Okay, so let us see another one. This is what? Let me see. Now, this is a visitor visa that we applied through the new portal. Okay, so I think it was submitted around February 12 there. So from February 12, you can see that this application was processed, and the client got their visa on April 8th. So that was a very quick processing time, but this is now through the new portal. Let us see another one. Yes, so for this application, as you will see, this is still pending actually. This is a visitor visa that we applied on November 29. Okay, November 29, and this application has not yet been finalized. Okay, so this is just what I'm saying, that depends. So this we applied for this using the old portal, and the other application that I showed you there was using the new portal. So these are just a few of my examples that I wanted to show you, so that you have an idea of just how long these applications are taking. So, you know, there's a lot of questions. Lois, please tell me how long it's gonna take. So I'm gonna share this link with you, and you come on this page, and on this page you can actually just check the type of an application. Let's see how long they say a study permit is taking for various countries. So you select temporary residence. What type of a temporary residence application are you doing? How about we do a study permit from outside Canada, and let's see processing time, and they say that the processing time here is about 13 weeks. Okay, that is the new updated processing time. Let us get back to, let's say, temporary residence, visitor visa. Okay, where are you applying from? And let us see Kenya. Okay, let us see processing times for Kenya. You can always come here and select your country and check that. And they say that processing times for visitor visas right now is at 105. What did I tell you guys? This is 105. This is what? Almost 4 months of processing, right? I hope I'm doing my math right. But I just showed you processing times for some of my visas that have been processed in under 2 months. Okay, so every case is different. Of course, the newer applications are taking priority, and I feel that the new applications are getting processed faster than those older applications. Let us see economic classes. So assuming you are coming, let's do caregivers. I know I have a few caregiver applications. Let's see. So get the processing times. Oh, that is not available. Yeah, I actually have some applications that I submitted last year, and we haven't had any feedback on that. Let's look at the Canadian experience class, and we haven't applied yet. Get processing time, and that is 8 months. Yes, so you can come here and play around with this and check to see just how long your application is going to be taking, guys. Okay, I'll pin this link in the description part of my my video. Okay, all right guys, I think we are done here. So yeah, stay tuned, and thank you for watching.